Greetings everybody, John Tar here, and this is my channel WikiGameGuides. And today for you, I have a preview of Far Cry Primal. Ubisoft invited me out to their studios in San Francisco to check out Primal and record a couple hours of gameplay, so I've collected my thoughts and put them in this handy little video for you. And as I started preparing this and writing all this, I asked myself, what would I want to know about this game if I was about to pre-order? Is Primal a simple reskin of Far Cry 4, or is it a brand new experience? And to put it simply, there's only 3 weapons in Far Cry Primal. The animal taming system is pretty lame. It's a huge world and a brand new experience and a complete reimagining of the franchise, but a dramatic change of pace from Far Cry 3 and 4. And I think this game is going to leave a lot of people wishing that this franchise did not go back in time. Granted, I only got to play a couple hours. I started from the very beginning of the game, from the opening start screen. But I can't see this game being as engrossing or as wild of an experience as Far Cry 3 and 4, which were completely amazing games. The weapon selection is so limited. You can only use a bow and arrow, a club and a spear. The animals to hunt are also very limited. The animal taming system, which I'll get more into in a minute, is underwhelmingly simple and unchallenging for the most part. Plus, they have removed all co-op and multiplayer from this iteration of the franchise. So the first 2 to 3 times you hunt down and kill a mammoth, it is an extremely satisfying experience. And if you want to see the first 15 minutes of gameplay, check out the link in the description. I just put that up, unnarrated basically. And in the very first thing you do in the game is hunt down a mammoth as a pack. But that will quickly become repetitive, and after only a few hours in a Far Cry Primal, you will completely ignore and sprint right past these giant prehistoric beasts. The animal noises and sound effects can really make you jump if you are not expecting the loud roar of a bear while you're sneaking up on some other unsuspecting prey. But the beasts you capture aren't really your friend in the way that dog meat is your companion in Fallout 4, for example. After capturing a beast, you can call it in at any time. If your companion dies, you can call in a different replacement beast at no cost. You can only summon one beast at a time, but once a beast has been captured, or a type of beast has been captured, there is no limit to the amount of reinforcement beasts you can call in, so the individual companion animals have very little value. Developers intended throwing these meat grenades, aka bait, as a last resort option to tame enemies, as merely a way to quickly save yourself from a random bear or jaguar attack, not a complicated or challenging Pokemon or Pocket Mortys-esque capture system. Which to me seems like a huge missed opportunity. Having a more complex Beastmaster system where you really have to work for and earn your tamed animals, and have each tamed animal be a uniquely named entity that disappears permanently when they die in combat would have given these tamed animals much more value. But there are at least 3 Beastmaster hunts that are quite a bit more interesting and challenging than capturing the other animals. These Beastmaster quests unlock the strongest version of the bear, the saber-tooth, and the wolf, and require you to track the animals via blood trails and other random clues scattered throughout the environment over extremely long distances, then set multiple traps and wound these boss animals to weaken them. And I really wish that every animal capturing scenario played out like this instead of the simple throw the meat pokeball at the honey badger. Very early on, you gain the ability to use an owl to scout the world, and the owl functions as a replacement for binoculars from Far Cry 3 and 4. The owl lets you mark enemies from a safe distance, and the owl will eventually unlock the ability to drop bombs and attack enemies as well. And whether or not you actually even use the owl will be determined by your personal playstyle. If you prefer to be stealthy and methodically kill every enemy from cover without revealing yourself, you'll constantly be using this Tootsie Roll mascot to your full advantage, but it is by no means required. You can very easily brute force any encounter. The crafting and skill trees are exactly what you would expect if you played Far Cry 3 and 4. Just slowly unlock upgrades for your weapons and abilities as you level up, like upgrades for your quiver size, or fire 2 arrows simultaneously, or more damage for your spears. You may also have noticed that there's tons of random flowers to pick up and items to collect strewn around Oros, and every random goat that you kill gives you meat and fur. Which is nice, because every object in the environment actually has value, especially early on in the game when you're starting with nothing. and your village has no population. You don't even have a village. Every stick and stone will be used. But the daily resource bonus system that unlocks as your village grows and your residents start collecting items for you makes me think that as like you will not be spending your time collecting flint late in the game, which is actually nice, because it can get kind of very tedious early on when you're trying to find those last couple pieces of stone to build an early upgrade for the village. And the village system works as a way to measure your overall progress in Far Cry Primal. Hitting different milestones for total village population unlocks bonuses, and recruiting new specific villagers through story missions will unlock new abilities and crafting recipes. But for a franchise that went Primal, they really missed an opportunity to create a challenge, or a challenging mode. A hardcore survival mode with no HUD and like only a knife and one life would have fit perfectly within this world. Hopefully they add a challenge mode like this as a future update, or it's something that unlocks as you complete the game. Also, with the couple of hours that I got to spend with Far Cry Primal, there is no hang gliding or squirrel suiting like in Far Cry 3 and 4, something that was extremely fun to do and let you quickly navigate these huge worlds. There is a fast travel system like you would expect, but not having the hang gliders or I mean, it's Primal, so you wouldn't expect that, but it just feels like a huge step back from one of my favorite features of Far Cry 3 and 4. The grapple system is also extremely uninteresting. You can only use the grapple at very few specific locations. The grapple serves as more of an item gate to prevent low-level players from reaching endgame areas in the open world map, rather than an interesting way to traverse the environment. So overall, I'm extremely cautious about Far Cry Primal going into the full release. I mean, it's it's very fun early on, but like when your resources are very limited. But as soon as you start to unlock the very few upgrades that this game has, and you become powerful enough, and you have these beasts to easily take down any enemy, the tension of early in the game of trying to kill your first animal quickly disappears. If you're a hunter and you want to play basically the Revenant and survive these bear attacks over and over and intentionally limit yourself, I think you could really enjoy this game. But if you're expecting a fun, crazy Far Cry experience, this is not. You're going to be disappointed. I'm still curious. I'm still gonna play through the full game. I would just be very cautious about pre-ordering Far Cry Primal. I'm disappointed to say that. I'm disappointed to say that because Ubisoft was so generous inviting me out there and providing me with this opportunity to create this preview content. But God, it's fun for the first hour, and then you quickly recognize these systems and realize, oh my God, it's just gonna be the same kind of loop over and over again, and it's not a step in the right direction for what has been an amazing franchise through its entirety. So anyway, thanks for checking out this video. I hope it helped you with your pre-order decision. Please wait until the full game is released to see my review for that, before completely writing it off, because hopefully there are some things that I didn't get to see during this limited preview session that will change my opinion of the full release. I mean, I'm really holding on because I do love this franchise. I'm really holding out hope that something is going to really wow me that they hid from us during the preview. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions about what I talked about in this preview or anything else I saw in the game, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments, and I'll do a follow-up video with your questions. And subscribe for more Far Cry Primal content. Thanks for watching, and game on.
Nee.